always the second one, then the first one. So the way we're going to set this up is this. We're going to take this x2, we're going to write it first. We're going to take the x1, we're going to write it next. Are we clear? Good talk. Now the y's. y2 is 3, y1 is 1, so 3 minus 1. Okay? So we're doing the same exact thing that we did here. We're taking the second set of data, subtracting from the first, dividing it to get what our answer is. Okay? So if we're looking at these ordered pairs and we subtract them, 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 1 is 2. The rate of change is 2. Okay? And that's what we're trying to figure out from one pair to another. Well, we're seeing this graphed out. We see that the rise and run is 2 and it's going over 1. Right? So from this dot to this dot, that's what the rate of change is. It's 2. Are we clear? Okay. So this example is very similar to your do now. You have multiple sets of ordered pairs. Okay? So when you go to do this, you're going to start with this one, start with this one, subtract it from this one. Start with this one, subtract it from this one. Start with this one, subtract it from this one. Okay? Because you have a rate of change in between these ordered pairs. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to go through it even more. When you're done and you graph things out, now I don't want you guys to graph this first one out because the numbers are large, but you need to know what's happening with the data. Okay? Why do you think this is important? Do you think it's important if Jose worked at Safeway his entire life and he paid into the retirement system the maximum amount that he could, and he got to retirement and he's looking at his financial statements, what direction does he want that thing to go? Yeah, because what happens if it's negative? He's losing money, right? Does that mean he needs to make some other considerations for retirement? Maybe he should be putting money in it. Maybe he should be investing his money somewhere else, right? Yeah. It gives you a whole lot of data very, very fast, okay? Just like this gave us a whole lot of data, right? That's 33 years. 33 years of 2 price differences, okay? So knowing this is important, right? This information, when you see a graph, when it's showing you data, you should be able to look at that data and see what's happening. Is it positive? Is the company making money or are they losing money? Do you want to invest in a company that's losing money?
No.
Maybe you do, actually. Because what if they're losing money but they're investing in infrastructure and research and development? That investment's going to pay off at some point. Maybe they're losing money right now, but they have a huge potential to make money in the future. So why do they have a loss? If the loss is because they can't operate a business efficiently and they can't cover their expenses, they probably don't have good management, right? Where if they're investing in the future. Let's say it's some type of company and they're investing in solar. Solar's a big deal right now, right? So if they're spending all this research and development dollars to see future revenue, that's probably a good investment. It's going to pay off at some point.
Taking risk.
And that's what it's all about. Absolutely. So knowing something's positive means it's heading up, right? In a graph. If it's heading down, it's negative. If it's running straight across, it's not going up or it's not going down, we call it zero slope. Okay? This one's important. If it's running straight up and down, this is undefined. And you're going to see this when we go to do this problem. Okay? This can't happen. This is an error. Okay? Are we good so far? Okay. So when we get to those ordered pairs, I need the phone put away, please. Okay. So looking at this one, we have 2 ordered pairs. Very first thing you're going to do, label your ordered pairs, okay? x1, y1, x2, y2. Then it makes it easy to put it in the formula, okay? Our x's are going at the bottom, so we're going to put 3, negative 1. Remember what I said, Levi? This is what our formula is, right? That minus always stays in the problem, okay? So we have one of our ordered pairs that's a negative 1. We need to put it in parentheses, right? Because we can't arbitrarily get rid of a negative. So when we write this, it's going to be 3 minus, then in parentheses, minus 1. Okay? So there's our 2 ordered pairs. Now, you don't have to do it if it's first. Okay? Because it doesn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter, my having parentheses here, there's nothing to multiply it in front of it. Okay? So it absolutely doesn't matter. It's always the second number. Right, King? Okay, good. So we put the negative 1 in here, then we're going to go deal with our y. So our y2's excuse me, our y2 is 2, and our y1 is 2, correct? So we're 2 minus 2. What's 2 minus 2? Christian, your time to shine, buddy. What's 2 minus 2?
What?
What's 2? Very good, buddy.
78.
Okay, we have parentheses, right? We got to get rid of these parentheses. So we're going to take this negative. We're going to multiply a negative, which turns into what, Jose? Your time to shine. What's a negative times? Very good. A negative times a negative is a positive. So we're going to write this 3 plus 1. Okay? Once again, 3 plus 1. It's really Jose's time to shine.
4.
Very good. So we're 0 over 4, right? Let me explain what this means. Okay? This means there is no rise, but there's a run. Okay? So if we go and graph this out, negative 1 and 2, negative 1 and 2, and then 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Okay? There's our 2 dots. We connect them up. From this dot to this dot, what's happening?
It's going on.
It's a run of 4, right? But it's not going up, and it's not going down. So this represents what's happening. The rise is 0, and the run is 4. So that is the rate of change from this dot to that dot. Make sense? Okay. With this said, you have to remember this, okay? You have to remember that if you have a negative in your ordered pair, that you need to put it in parentheses and then multiply it out, okay? Christian, got it? Good talk. Okay. Yes, go.
Okay, so wait. So what is, oh. So hold up. Nah, I'm not saying what you said. Anyway, go ahead.
Mr.
Yes.
Would
Roll.
would that be a 0 small?
It's 0, 4, which means if this is running this way, absolutely, it's 0 slope. Because it's not going up and it's not going down. So isn't that one easy to determine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Positive slope going up. Do we know why this is going up?
Yeah.
This is going up, right? Remember the numbers. These are negative, these are positive, right? So if these are positive and this is your bank account, you definitely want that, right?
Is that?
You're
Increase.
getting those stacks.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Decrease.
You're spending those stacks, right?
Yeah.
Stacks are going bye-bye. Had to get an attorney, you know?
Yeah.
Popos came after you, got caught up,
Yeah.
right? There goes the stacks. Okay, good.
You right
0, nothing, right? Nothing's
there.
happening.
You ain't got shit in there. I mean, stuff in there.
Working
Finding out.
free.
Good. Okay, let's talk about undefined for a minute, okay? That's when it's running straight up and down. So if you see on a graph, and I'm asking you what's happening there, you want to say undefined. Now I'm going to show you why it's undefined, okay? So we have an ordered pair, and we see it graphed out, don't we, Christian?
Yes.
We're negative 2 and 3. So we're negative 2 and 3 is our first point, and then our next one is negative 2. Look, they're both negative 2 and 1. Negative 2 and 1. So these connecting up, it's running straight up and down, right? After we graph it out. So now we're going to apply the same formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to label our ordered pairs, y2, y1, x1, x2. And our y's are going to go on top. So a way to remember that the y's go on top, they're always second, right? So y's on top, it's always, you want to start here. So this is 1 minus 3, right? Then our 2's. Remember what we have going on here. This never goes away. So a very good habit that I like to teach is that when you do these formulas or rate of change, write this right from get-go. And I'm going to show you, then you're never going to get it wrong. If you write it like this, Levi, remember this? Remember that? If you write it this way, it's easy, okay? So I'm going to go to y, I'm going to go my y2, 1, and then my y1, 3, okay? Negative 2, negative 2. Now, this negative and this negative forces me to put this in parentheses. Are we clear? Okay, so we have multiplication going on there, right? So when we go to solve this, Christian, it's going to be a negative times a negative. Christian, I need your head up, please. Please, come on. Thank you, buddy. Negative by negative is positive. What is negative 2 plus 2, Jose? Negative 2 plus 2. You owe someone $2, then you pay them. You're broke, right? 0. Okay, 1. You owe someone $3. Christian, you pay them 1. How much you still owe them?
1.
Amazing. Good luck in life, buddy. Okay, negative 2. Now everyone take your calculator and do me a favor. Take 2 divided by 0 and tell me what happens. And that's everyone, King. By the way, you can be seen on camera, so error.
Well, so
Yeah, does everyone see that? Christian, do it. Okay, when you go to divide your ordered pairs and you get that, when you see that little error, that's correct. You know that the slope is what? Undefined, right? So when we go to put this in the calculator, 2 divided by 0. Now I will tell you something. Anytime you have a number and 0, it's always going to be an error. Because mathematically that can't happen. But can you have 0 divided by 2? Yeah, just like you can have 0 divided by 4. Any other number. If 0 is first, it's okay. If the number's first is divided by 0, that can't happen. The calculator says this. If you know it's an error, it's an undefined slope. Okay? Is there any questions? Now let's talk about rate of change. All right? You're always taking the second ordered pair first, subtracting it from the first one, and dividing them. Are we good? Can you take your headphones out for me, please? Take your headphones out.
What?
Thank you. It's one of my rules. You haven't had these, so I'm cutting you slack. But yeah, I don't allow headphones in my class. Okay, so once again, rate of change. First order pair subtracted from the second order pair and divided it. That's going to tell you your rate of change. Now let me explain what you're doing. You see from this order pair to the second order pair? By you doing that with the ordered pairs, this is giving you the mathematical numbers of what the rise and run is. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the do now for a minute. You have ordered pairs, don't you? Yeah. You have x's, you have y's, so you're going to do rate of change, all right? You're going to do this one first, subtracted by this one, and then divide them. This one by this one, subtract them, divide them. This one by this one, subtract them and divide them. Okay? Any questions?
No.
How was the last one?
That's so.
Behavior on radio. I have a student, one of Dre's students walking out of class.
I'm math too, sir.
Okay, next one. Isn't the next one just like the examples that we just did?
Yes, exactly.
We have ordered pairs.
Order.
Okay? We're gonna take our x2, y2 and set it up in the formula, subtract them, divide them. Now look at, there's a negative, right? So that negative is going to go inside parentheses. All right? So you want to graph these just like these ones. So you can see the rate of change, you see the difference. Then you're going to tell me the correlation. Let me explain what correlation is. It's this right here. What's the graph doing? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it a zero slope? Is the slope undefined? Okay? These two are exactly the same. You have two sets of ordered pairs. You're going to go graph these out. You're going to tell me the rate of change between all these ordered pairs. Okay?
Okay.
Good talk. Make things happen.